we are part of the group of souls, the group of consciousness and entities around the universe that gathered for the Earth experiment to see if it is possible to have mass ascension into physical bodies all at the same time on a planet. Let us dispel another myth that has been carried down, and that is that we breathe fire. Or in some of your other game playing roles, you have ice breathing and electric breathing and acid breathing and gas breathing dragons. No. It's none of that. It's not that. What is the truth is that we carry so much energy within us in a very concentrated space that we are what you would call intense. And so when we talk, even when we exhale, let our breath aspire. It carries so much energy with it, it's as if you're blasted by fire.
Welcome to Becoming Awesome with Peter D., channeling the Dragon Collective.
A big thank you to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. But more than 6 out of 10 of you watching our videos have not yet subscribed. You'd really help out Tracy and I so much by clicking that subscribe button. You'll be helping yourself too. You'll be saying to the universe, I want to focus on my ascension, and then to make it easy, our videos will show up on your YouTube feed without having to search for them. Take that step for yourself, and thank you for helping us. Hey gang, it's going to be really, really fun today because I get to channel the Dragon Collective. First time ever I'm going public with this on YouTube here. And in fact, I just met the Dragon Collective last week. You see, the Becoming Awesome community meetup that we do every Tuesday night where we go into group consciousness. We had the focus of connecting with dragons. And we did, in a big way. And that's when I had this very clear line of communication open up and began to channel like we're going to do today. What's kind of funny is when I reached out to the Dragon Collective, they just laughed. They said, Peter, you know how you always have this thing where you just say nothing comes into your field without your permission, right? And then only beings of high frequency and service to love and light can talk to you. And I'm like, yeah. And then you do this other thing where you say, and if you do want to talk to me, you need to knock first, right? Get my attention so I see if I want to talk to you. Seriously, Peter, do you think dragons are going to go knock on your door? No, you got the dragon energy all wrong. But since you came knocking on our door, we're happy to speak with you. And so now I'm going to share the Dragon Collective publicly with you. Please put a like and subscribe down below and share your comments. This is a discussion. What kind of dragon connections do you have in your life? Here we go. Dear souls, we are so happy to be with you in this moment. Yes, this is a kind of coming out for both the Dragon Collective and for humanity because we are in this moment together. More and more of your channels have been speaking of dragons. You've had it in your popular literature and culture for quite some time, and it's been a fascination of many of you, and you're starting to be aware of this with your psyche. But now, this is the time where humanity can move into direct communication with us and we with you, and it is exquisite. So we thank you, and we are here to share with you who we are. First of all, know that when I speak as the Dragon Collective, this is literally how we operate. There are many of us who can individually speak with you and will perhaps do so. But also there is a group soul, as you describe it, that is not how we would describe it, a group soul of the dragons, which is what is speaking with you now. Now, the dragon energy, the Dragon Collective, has been with your planet since its inception. Yes, since its inception. When your planet was being formed, we're talking about way back when the rocks were cooling and the gases were releasing and the biochemical interactions that created oxygen and life were around. That's how far back we go. We have been interested because we are part of the group of souls, the group of consciousness and entities around the universe that gathered for the Earth experiment to see if it is possible to have mass ascension into physical bodies all at the same time on a planet. And we are so pleased to have been with you this long and see the fruition coming to place now, where ascension is a done deal and you will move into it. We are already enjoying the fruits of our and everybody else's labor towards this. Now, what happened is, as you may know, there have been 5 attempts. This is the 5th attempt for humanity to move into ascension. The first 4 did not turn out the way you did, and they were basically extinction for what you would call your species. But a species never really dies. Your energy pattern is in the cosmos, so of course it came here. And we adjusted, all the groups working on this adjusted it. You had a part in this. It wasn't just us doing this to you. It wasn't like people manipulated your DNA against your will. No. Your consciousness was here too. We adjusted it. So now is the correct balance between being cut off from source and understanding deep within that you are part of source. And then when you find that balance in the physicality, that is when you move into ascension. That is when mass ascension happens on the planet. This is the experiment. It is coming along beautifully. Now, we were here at the very first one, and we've pulled back much since that go because several things had happened. One of which was, as you know, we're dragons. And we just move into things and do things in what you would think is a dragon way. We see it, we do it. Not a lot of talking about it, not getting everybody on board. We see it, we do it. That is the energy we bring. And as such, this was not always received very well by some of the other people. You know that thing in your schools where you get the report card does not play well with others? Yeah, we dragons kind of get that kind of grading a lot. Okay? It doesn't mean that we don't like others. It's just that we're very particular in how we do our things because it's dragon energy. Now, as such, there was the tension. There was the failed first go around. But this left something in your psyche. And you know how the saying goes, those who win the war write the history. Because we had wings with points, because we were strong and aggressive in our energies of moving towards physical manipulation, we had many bad things said about us. And most of them, by our account, are not true. Some of them we laugh at, really? You think that? But as it is, we got associated with what you call many of the demons in your realm. Right? Long tails, pointy ears, wings that are spiky. Yeah, so we got the bad rap as far as being associated that way. You create your reality. If you want to connect with our energy, you're going to accept the beauty of who we are or not. Now, this is not to say that all dragons are super beautiful entities. Just like humanity, there's free will. And some of the dragons, particularly some of the lower forms that you would call a Draco in your ET topologies, carried that dragon energy and actually did some really invasive things to you and are still trying to do that, although most have been moved off the planet already. But the imprints and their lackeys and the training that has gone on, especially on the 4D level where they're more etheric, is still quite prevalent on Earth now. And, we look at it like our children who have gone bad. And when we see them, we do our best to straighten them out, usually with a, but they have their free will. And as you learn that you are sovereign and nothing comes into your sphere of consciousness without your permission, you're going to understand that you're inviting them in, and we can't just take care of this for you. You have to clear out what you've invited in if you want to be free from those lower energies, some of which are in the dragon lineage, but only a few. There are so many more beautiful and majestic dragons. And I would say we're here to help, but that's really not the truth. We're here to live gloriously. And we understand that helping humanity in this effort is glorious. So we are glad to be here with you and to do this. Now, let us dispel another myth that has been carried down, and that is that we breathe fire. Or in some of your other game playing roles, you'll have ice breathing and electric breathing and acid breathing and gas breathing dragons. No. It's none of that. It's not that. What is the truth is that we carry so much energy within us in a very concentrated space that we are what you would call intense. And so when we talk, even when we exhale, let our breath aspire. It carries so much energy with it, it's as if you're blasted by fire. So in the early days, when humanity was around us and we were here physically with you, being in our presence, just the interaction would seem like you are being blasted by fire. Because that's what it feels like when you're with such intense scrutiny and presence. And all it is focused awareness is all it is. And we love it because we enjoy it so much. And then when we encountered those beings who were still, as you would call it today in Peter's language, dense, holding, and they're in the presence of us, and we exhale our clarity with such intensity, it's going to feel like you're being burned to cinders because you're holding the densities instead of just letting it pass through you and go, wow, that was an energy wave. So you get this resistance and then become the fire-breathing dragon, and we're evil, and la 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 la. Let's go on and on and on about that. But that is not the case. It is just the intensity of our presence and what we do. Now, another thing that is not quite a myth, but has been misinterpreted, is the relationship between the dragon and the maiden. In some of your mythologies, the interactions were such that a maiden would be sacrificed to the dragon to appease it, right? Because remember, they're writing the story that we're just evildoers and stuff, and this is how they get rid of that. Yeah, look who's writing those stories. Most of the people who write those stories have done systematic child abuse for centuries, and particularly with women, who they not only abuse but sexually rape and assault. You see this today in your media. Just look at any of your media and you'll see all these young girls who have been sexified and put out there. You can't watch any program at all without having a woman show you her cleavage. And now your movie systems, if you look at them, there's always blood and gore poured on these big things that are extending. The people who have been doing all this stuff are the same people who realize that they want to dominate what you would consider innocent or virginal or pure. Why? Because they're so far removed from it, and they think if they could just devour it or control it somehow, they would get that. And of course, they're barking up the wrong tree. They've been under that Draco influence for a long time. Much confusion, much clearing, much needs to be done on that realm with those people. But they had the inkling that somehow this pure thing could transform them. They just didn't know that they had to become pure by letting the pureness in. And instead, that they thought, well, we'll devour and control it and it will rub off on us. And it never does. So they wrote the stories that we're the ones who were doing it. And that's why the virgins had to be sacrificed to the dragon. Right? How does those who won the war write the history, even though it's a perverted history? Now, you're starting to see occasionally modern fairy tales in your movie form come out where the virgin is put out to be sacrificed by the dragon, but somehow connects with the dragon and has a love relationship instead, and sometimes even unites with the dragon and comes riding on the dragon's back and then slays the villains and all that stuff. You're starting to figure out something there. That's why this is creeping into your consciousness through your movie mythology. And that is that what would be called virginal, what would be called pure or innocent, can see us for who we are. And when they see us for who we are, they know that we are not a threat. They just know that we are potent and powerful and intense. So it's easy to unite. And we're happy to unite with humanity. Remember, we have a stake in this, right? We were here for the design, which means that even in your DNA and at all levels, we were here to help shape and create the vessels that you are, that are expressing in this beautiful time of ascension. So, be a maiden, be pure, be innocent, however it is, to do your clearing work, as this channel always says, clear, clear, clear. Oh, he's so happy that we stuck that in finally for him. He's been saying that since the beginning. Do your clearing work, and then you can ride the dragon. Maybe not literally, although some of you we might enjoy that with, but you can be partners with us. Now, this brings us to the next idea, that as you go through this clearing, cleansing time, this uplift time on Earth, because there's going to be so much upheaval. You see it in your elections, you see it in your wars, you see how it's done on your planet. Don't need us to tell you, okay? So there's so much upheaval that is clearing out. Dragons can be your ally, which I'm not offering you on behalf of everybody, but I am offering you on behalf of what our intent is, to see humanity achieve ascension. So we will help in that way, but let us be clear on how this help will present itself. Some people who are channeling are saying that dragons are here to protect. And yes, we are very protective of that which we do. However, our goal is not to sit there and be your frontline fighters for you. No. We're your allies. We're your allies because you have as much magnificence as us should you choose to realize it. Yes, should you choose to realize how magnificent you are. So we will be with you. Now, it's very unappealing to us to sit there and think that, oh, I'm a little wimpy person, big dragon, please come protect me. We got no interest in that, right? To us, it may as well be sheep, and, sheep get eaten, right? But if you're sitting there saying, no, there's something in my world that I want to claim, I want to assert my sovereignty, I want to be more than who I am, I want to no longer receive the suppression that others are so free to give. When you do those kinds of things, you vibrate with dragon energy. And then we're like, yeah, come on, let's go do this. And that is when you metaphorically ride on the back of the dragon. And that is when we metaphorically are there protecting you. But it's only us augmenting the power that you allow and that you speak towards and choose to express. That's how it works. It's not us doing this for you. Ain't gonna happen. Not at all. Right? But when you're ready, ooh, dragon party. And it's fun. It is fun for those who've made these connections and start to interact with them. They will tell you dragon stories and the uplift of the energy that comes to you. Now, dragons, of course, are scary. Yes, right. Remember, we're big. In your myths, we breathe fire. We fly. We got pointy wings and tails. Yeah, it's scary. Right? But we also have this intense creation ability because of all this. Now, many of you call this arrogance. Right? Oh, no, you're supposed to be humble. You can't just be big and fly around and be a dragon. No, not in our perspective. In our perspective, it's called self-love, self-esteem. We know who we are. We know the source energy that we have channeled and carry within us. And we express it in glory, which you may call mighty, which you may call righteous, but we're happy to express it. Yes. So if you want to say we're arrogant and don't like that energy, great, go pick the energy you like. But this is how it is on dragon energy. And if you want to bring that into your life, then it's here, and we're happy to assist that with teaching. Ask, connect. We will be happy to teach that. One of the friends of this channel, Peter, when she does her clearing work, she told Peter, I tell people, go into every room like you own it. Here, here, here. We so agree with this. Go into every situation like you are at the center of it, because you are. That's the way creation works. And take the stage. Own the room. If you want to call it arrogance, that's how you limit yourself. We call it magnificence. Now, this can be extended far, far out. You know, in your woke movement, the perversions, ways that things are happening to try to keep you from moving into ascension, there's this idea that somehow the top should be drugged down because they are privileged, and that will help the bottom ascend. No. That just keeps more of you who are at the bottom. We want the opposite to take place. We want those people who think that they do not have the advantages to sit there and say, I don't have these advantages that I perceive you having. I want them. I'm going to embody them. I'm going to express them. We want you to move upwards, not pull others downwards. That is how uplift comes up, because you only rise as high as your bottom link, your bottom rung. Right? So, do not sit there and think, oh, you're privileged, but you don't like this and that. There's nothing wrong with humility. It's a beautiful thing to be humility. But from our perspective, it's beautiful if you know that you have this power. And maybe you don't need to get all shiny and glittery and wear jewels and show it off. We like it, though. You don't have to. But you don't deny you have that power. This is why it's often associated in your mythology that dragons are on big hordes of treasure. They've accumulated so much treasure. Well, this is true. And the first treasure is we understand we are God source beings, and we do not limit that in any way. The second thing is this translates into material wealth and prosperity because it has to be that way. You hold it within you. It must happen without you or outside of you. And that is why we were depicted as being full of treasure. As you choose to step into your power and claim it, you will start having more manifestations of wealth and abundance, which you desire. And you're going to do it because you own the room, because you deserve to, because you're that magnificent. And as you know this, you will express it and it will become physically real. So this is the growth process. You're going to find what's right for you. We're not here to tell you how to live. We're just telling you this is the dragon way. And maybe you can call in some dragon energy. Many of your Eastern traditions look at animals for their yoga postures or for their ways to interact with nature. Now we want to introduce you to the dragon. You can be it. You can emulate it. You can contact us. And as long as you contact us with your honesty of who you are and are willing to accept the magnificence of who we are, we will reflect this magnificence back to you and help you become more magnificent. No, we will not be your protector. We will be your ally in your own protection. No, we will not just sit there and hand you our treasure. We accumulated that and we love it, but we will show you how you can be powerful and accumulate your own treasure. And if you're worried still on all those things, oh, treasure's bad and money's bad and I'm going to be evil and have pointy ears and a tail if I get a lot of money, oh, you still got more clearing work to do. You still have separated yourself from that which you desire by blaming what you desire as an evil thing that you must deny yourself. Aren't you tired of the religious dogma of denial? Yeah. That's why you don't see a lot of dragons in those religious teachings. Yeah, teaching you denial, do without, be humble. No, be magnificent. You are magnificent. We love you. Thank you. Thank you for this time of connection. And please contact us. Let us connect with you individually and bring in, if you choose, dragon energy. Wow. I've been talking to the dragons since last week when I first made that contact, but now that I actually did this channel, I could not believe the intensity of what was coming through. Whole different frequency than a lot of the other entities I channel. So, wow, more dragon energy. This is for me standing up for what's right rather than just sitting there and, feeling less than and letting it fume and build to where I explode and act out. This is going to be a huge learning curve for me. So yeah, the takeaways I got from all this were, you're magnificent. Start being it. We're not here to rescue you. We're here to be an ally. And if you allow yourself to be magnificent and take some steps towards protection, then the dragons are going to be there helping you, because that's what they relate to. And with that will come wealth and abundance. Plus the fun of soaring around and doing dragon stuff. Man, that's gonna be super beautiful. Anyway, write your comments below, please. Forward this video to anybody else you know who has an interest in dragons. And yeah, thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Stay blessed, everybody. Bye.